I'm here and I'm showing. First of all, I haven't told you about or haven't done a series or even a video in a year at least, and I think I should just start doing videos now. And so I'm going to start this mini series, which is the first ever series I've done, and it's going to be called the Zombie Survival Series, and it's going to be with Mac and Johnny in every single episode of maybe like a couple, like if maybe not a couple if there's flashbacks or something, and and uh, this it's just going to be a couple. That's like one mock per episode. But not today. It's a special. It's the kickoff episode. So I have two other mocks that I'm gonna show you. And this is gonna be basically run by you, the viewer. You're gonna, if you have an account, you're gonna suggest in the comments of this video the next thing that happens. So like if I should have Johnny and Mac do this or do that, and by like the end of the week I'm gonna, or by like the day after that, because this is gonna be run on every Saturday, and the day after the day after the video, I look through all the comments, and if there's the most suggested one is going to be the one I pick to do. And if they're all suggested evenly, I guess I'm going to pick one of them that I like the most. So I'm going to now go into the mock. So this is Johnny and Mac, and they both wanted to, this is the Mac. And they both wanted to, they both woke up, they're in the same apartment, so they woke up, they got dressed, they did their normal stuff, and then when they were going to go to work, they looked outside and saw nothing. No cars, it's just started rush hour, so they must see cars, but there's nothing. Like, what happened? So they turn on the news. And the news person looks very rushed. She says, "Oh, hello. This is an urgent message to any survivors. Any survivors that are still alive, go to the Pentagon immediately." So they went to the Pentagon, or no, they said, and then the person says, go to the Pentagon, any survivors, because this is a zombie apocalypse, not a drill. This is a zombie apocalypse. So they went to the Pentagon in shock. So they took some supplies in this backpack that Johnny's carrying. They got their weapons that they had, a hammer and an axe, and they got in their car and drove to the Pentagon. When they got in, the doors were open and there were guards. So they ran in, they say, go to hallway 2B. So they ran to hallway 2B. When they got there, they were like, phew. And then they saw nobody. Nobody. And then they heard, "Mah, mah." And they were like, what was that? And then they saw some bodies basically dragging themselves down the hallway. So the zombies. And they were dragging themselves down the hallway, and Johnny and him, I forgot his name, Mac. Johnny and Mac were freaking out. They're like, this is our first encounter with a zombie. What are we gonna do? So Johnny was the first to calm down and said, Mac, calm down. I think I know how to do this. So he ran and found a bunch of boxes, found a bunch of a crate, another box / crate thing, a shield and like a circular thing, a laptop to like cover, and then a barrel. And they just put it in front of them, so it's like protection. And the zombies are getting closer and closer and closer, and they fought them off. The zombies are like, let us in, let us in. But they were like, no way, Jose. And they chopped the heads off the zombies. While that's happening, Johnny did that. And while Johnny was doing that, they were at a door, and Mac was trying to pick the lock of the door because the door was locked. So they fought him off, and Mac was like, screw this, and hit the door, and it basically fell down. Now going on to the second mock. That was mock 1. Now time for mock 2. They walked into the room. It was very dimly lit. And as they walked in, and their eyes adjusted, they saw people. 2 people. One was in a chair that was leaned back, and there was a little table. There's no food on it, but they were suspecting there was once food on it. As Mac looked around, he saw another person sitting on a chair next to the person in the blue chair. He was in a red chair. And Mac was like, Johnny? Yeah? Why are we here? Well, you broke down the door. We wanted more space. And he said, then the dude in the blue chair said, shut up! If you don't shut up, we're gonna shoot you. And they're like, okay, we'll shut up. And they stopped talking. And now the man in the blue chair started saying, hello. This is called the asylum part of the Pentagon. Nobody knows it existed, but only one person knew about it, and they made an insane asylum in one of the corners of the Pentagon. And James here, hello, he killed a bunch of people, so they brought him here, and I was his friend, his roommate, and I saved him. I had a bunch of guns because I worked at the Pentagon, and I got here, and I found James, and we just stayed here to survive. And what do you want? And then leave. Johnny didn't know what to say. He answered all the questions. So Johnny said, we would like guns. And James said, sure. No, not James. This dude, his name is Jack, said, sure. So there are 2 guns right here. Take them. But first, and as they were getting the guns, Johnny asked the question, how did this all start? And John said, oh, let me tell you this story. This is going on to Mach 3. It all started as a robbery. There was this one man who was a robber, and he came into this very rich bank. The bank manager said, "Hello, how may I help you?" And then the man pulled out a gun and a bag and said, "Give me all the money and put it in this bag." The man said, okay, please don't kill me." So he gave the money. Apart from up here, there's a little lock that he didn't know about. So he only gave him $100. And then he saw this little diamond peeking out from the counter. And the man said, "Wait, what's this? What's that diamond?" "Oh, that's the diamond of. That's the biggest diamond in the world." And he said, give it to me." He said, "No. If I tried to give it to you, it would start a zombie infection. You would become a zombie. And if you became a zombie, well, the whole humanity would die." And he said, "I don't care. Give me it." So he shot the diamond, which is the worst idea ever, because this is the zombie virus. The diamond fell out of its place, and it landed on the ground. The man was going down to get it, and then gas filled the whole room. Started coughing. They fell down, turned into zombies. That's how it started. They walked out of the street like normal human beings, but they didn't look like they weren't acting like normal human beings. They dragged their feet, dragged their hands across the floor. They sagged, or they were sagging down, and they were slowly walking. And then they bit people, and that started the zombie virus. And, yep, stay tuned next time for all of the... whatever. Stay tuned next time for, and comment on what you want to see, what other, what mock should be next. Yeah, that's about it. I'll show you all the mocks that were in this episode. Make sure to comment on what thing you want to see. Thanks for watching, and bye.